Agent.
So, how are you guys doing?
Wonderful.
Alrighty. So while you are logging in using Chrome in an incognito mode, right? Always be using Chrome in an incognito mode when it comes to command. I want to find out from you, because we've got a small group today, which means that we are not limited to only what I thought I was going to be teaching today. We can get real special with what the three of you are looking for. So, what are you wanting to learn today? So no, I know exactly what I was going to teach to people who showed up, and I also want to make sure that you're walking out of here wanting to get what you wanted to get coming in, right? Darren, you got your hand up, yeah?
Yes, please. So whatever issue you had in mind, I'm sure that I can get something from.
Of course, yes.
But that said,
Brilliant.
I'm really struggling with command right now.
Okay.
And you and I talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But specifically in the area of follow-up email campaigns or whatever we can.
Okay, so definitely we want to spend some time going over smart plans.
Smart plans, yeah, that's it.
For sure we will do that. That was already on the plan, so I will definitely make sure we do that.
Campaigns, I think I'd like to, and I don't know if this is an appropriate time to deeper dive into that.
Probably not a deep dive, because again, we have an hour to go over roughly like 14 applets, but we can touch on it.
I don't know how to put this, but basically just using some of this just general functionality of using command as a CRM. Some of the basic things that you would do, let's just say I met somebody in an open house, and I want to, what steps, and I know what I've done in the past, but I really want to know what you recommend and what command does and all that.
Just basic daily usage.
Yeah, if I met somebody in an open house, somebody called or whatever, what would you do? I do this, and I put them on what smart plan do I put them on, and things like that. What would you do?
Sounds great. Marlene, Alice, what about you two? What are you hoping to get out of today?
I wanted to learn about the database, putting the people in there, how that works.
Okay. I was planning on starting with contacts because everything, nothing else matters if you don't have contacts in there. So we'll definitely spend some time on that, for sure.
Yeah, I wanted to look at contacts too.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Because if not, we'll start with this, and then as we go along, I'll kind of show you a few other things that I like, especially, and you guys let me know if we need to dig deeper into any of those things that I also show you. Deal?
Yep.
Alrighty, sounds good. Alright, so we are definitely going to talk today then about using it as a CRM, about how to use it just on a daily basis running your business, how to get more business through campaigns, and then smart plan, how to follow up with the people that are already in your database, and how to follow up with this new business that you're going to get. That sounds like a pretty solid, okay. Alrighty, so the website you want to go to is agent.kw.com. This is command. And it's the same username and password that you use for everything in Keller Williams, which I like. It's one less password to have to remember, right? And if at any point today I jump ahead and you don't know how I got to where I ended up, let me know right away, because I don't want to get 10 steps ahead of you, right? And whenever you see accept cookies on the bottom right, you always want to go ahead and accept cookies. If for no other reason than this ribbon is hiding stuff that you need to see behind it frequently. So we're going to say accept cookies, and now I can see my full screen, and this is my home screen. So whenever we say go to the home screen, we're talking about clicking on the house. Now we have a lot of applets running down here, and you're going to see the applets don't scroll. And since I can't see all of mine, if you ever need to do it, Control minus zooms out of anything you're ever in, on any website, on any document, on any software that you use. And so now I can see all of my applets, right? So if you can't see all of your applets, you're going to want to zoom out. And again, that was Control minus. And again, with all of these applets, it's a lot. If you haven't memorized yet what all of them are, you can always click this logo on the top left, and then a menu pops out. So it lets you know where you need to head. Make sense? All right. So let's get started then by heading on into contacts, because as you said, contacts is the heart of the business. If you don't have your contacts, first off, in here, and second, managed correctly, you're going to find everything else becomes a lot harder to use. Okay. So as you can see in here, I have 2,154 contacts. Honestly, that's an absurd number of contacts, right? I mean, like, I made the decision early on, this is going to be my address book. Everybody in my phone is in here because I set up a live sync from my iPhone to Command. Everybody who was in my e-edge is in here. Everybody who was in my Google contacts is in here. Like, I brought in everybody that I have any contact information for, and I chose that for my business. Do not feel like you have to do the same thing. Okay? So instead of looking at 2,154 contacts, what you can do is you can put it in filters. So I want you guys to try clicking on this. So click on filters. And this is how you can filter down the contacts. So you can come in here and you can say, hey, just show me people that I have from Collins, or from my Facebook ad leads, or who I have last contacted longer than 14 days. That's a pretty popular one, right? Hey, if they haven't heard from me in more than 3 weeks, so 21 days, maybe I want to know about that. And if you end up finding yourself creating a filter over and over for the same thing, the best thing to do in this case would be save Smart View. And so what I've done is I've set up whatever filters that I wanted, click Save Smart View, and I'm going to name this more than 21 days since last contact, because that makes sense to me. I know what that means. And I'm going to say Save Smart View, and what happens is that now I have a whole bunch of Smart Views created, so I can just come up here in the future and say, run Smart View called KW San Jose agents. And now it's only going to run people that I've tagged as being an agent at Keller Williams San Jose Gateway. You can do the same thing with neighborhood farms. So if you have people that you've added because they are a part of the farm that you door knock, maybe they're in a certain complex that you have in Morgan Hill, or they're in your Willow Glen neighborhood, you can set up those tags and filters so that you can easily limit out of the 2,154, now I'm just looking at 110. Much more manageable, and in my world, these are the people that I want to make sure that I'm doing the most with on a daily basis, right? Because in my world, you guys are my clients, so I want to make sure I'm talking to this filtered group, and so that's why I created a Smart View.
Okay, just before we go on.
Please, yes.
I am at this level here. We got into the.
So just remember, always click Accept Cookies. We'll start with that, okay? So when I asked you to click on filters, did you click filters? Not sure where I lost you.
No.
Okay, so right here is a button that says filters. Yeah. So that's where you can set up filters, and that's where you can set up Smart Views.
Oh.
Right. Does that make sense? Okay. Now you might want to start doing Smart Views though, like by filters, like I've done, where I set up a tag called KW San Jose Agent. Right? I created that. Keller Williams and Command did not just know instinctively that you were an agent in our office and give you that tag.
Oh.
So what I want you to do is pull up somebody in your database, and it's always a good idea to test things out on yourself first. So go ahead and open up your own contact, and the easiest way to do that is just to type in under the search menu your first name. Check the box saying I'm only wanting to search people who have the first name Kelly. And now it's giving me all my Kellys in my database, and sure enough, there I am. All right. So to open up your own contact card, click on your name.
I'm not in here. I must have deleted myself.
Well, then let's go ahead and add yourself in right now. Alex, are you already in your database?
I am, but I haven't set my filters.
Okay, so we're going to take a step out of that then, because we kind of finished up filters.
The name.
Yeah. So go ahead and click on yourself then. So you're already in there. Darren, you're adding yourself in. Marlene, did you want to use my laptop? You might have an easier time than my tablet, or you're okay?
The tablet's fine, but I'm having a hard time logging in, so just.
Oh.
I changed my recovery password.
And it's just not working for you?
No. I should be at mykw.com, right?
No, you should be at agents.kw.com. Okay, so you're already in your database. Great. Darren's adding himself in right now. So we're going to just hang out on here for a second, and you and I can have a little conversation about filters, and we'll wait for Darren.
Okay.
So thinking about your database and everybody that you have in here, is there a group of people who have something in common? Like, do you know that, like Yvonne, for example, she has a group of people that she's tagged as her volleyball people. And the reason is because she'll send messages to them that are slightly different than what she sends to other people. So she'll send them sure, market update, but then she's also going to give volleyball information in there. Whereas she wouldn't send that message to anybody else because it wouldn't make sense if you got an email from Yvonne talking about volleyball, right? But because she's a referee, she knows a lot of people from her volleyball life, and so she tagged them all as volleyball people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Mine are all individuals, just like me, everybody has a different job. It's not like a group thing.
Understood. So are there people that have something in common? Like, do they all live in a certain area? Or are you going to be treating all of the people in your database the same way when it comes to
That's what
messaging?
I want to do.
You want to treat everybody the exact same way?
Well, because the contacts I have is pretty much.
That's fine. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Darren, did you get yourself out then? Great. Okay. So if
And I have a lead, I don't know if you want, I added myself as a lead, you want me to change that?
it's not what you're talking about.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Just know that you have done that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when you go to search for just leads and you find yourself in there, just know that that's because you said you were a lead. Okay. All right. So you're all looking at yourself, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to click this pencil. That means edit. Whenever you see this pencil, that is how you edit anything in the system. And under tags, this is where you can start creating a tag. And I want you to give yourself a tag of some kind. So do you see where it says tags?
Yeah.
So you're going to find ones that Keller Williams has already created. Like we created one called buyer, seller, investor, right? So I want you to give yourself a tag. Yeah, so you're going to use this drop down, so you see a few different ones, right? So you're an agent, aren't you? Yeah, so definitely give yourself that tag, because are you going to talk to agents differently than you talk to potential buyers and sellers?
Well, yeah.
Yes, oh, of course, right, yeah. So if you have any other agents in your system, you'll want to make sure you tag them as an agent as well. Okay. We're going to take a look and see if there's anything else on this list that looks like it would be applicable to you. Yeah, absolutely, it could be a KW agent. And you'll see, right, that's one of the ones that Keller Williams has created. And you're going to notice, see how all of these tags are gray? These Keller Williams created ones? When you create additional tags that are custom for yourself, you get to decide what colors those are. All the gray ones are always going to be Keller Williams created ones.
Okay.
Right, so you can, for some, it's, in all the things of all the commands that I find that people disagree over, like, no, I want a slide bar, no, I want the search, apparently the colors of the tags was one of the most contentious discussions.
Huh.
Because we can't have all the colors in the rainbow, they had to choose, I think, 7 or 8 colors, and getting it narrowed down to those was apparently a very big deal. Yeah, so, okay, so take a look at this, all right, and then think of something else about yourself that wasn't on this list. And I want you to create a unique tag then, just by typing in that tag box.
I just said.
So Alex, just tell me something about yourself. Without looking at your screen, just tell me, where were you born?
In Athens.
Athens, you're Greek.
Yeah.
Okay, do you speak Greek?
Well, of course.
Well, of course. I would make a tag then that says Greek.
Oh.
Because if you have anybody else who ever speaks Greek, you can actually do something different, right? Yeah. So if you start typing in Greek, it's going to say, hey, let's create that custom tag because it doesn't exist. What color, and those are the colors I was just telling you about, what color do you want your custom tag Greek
Has
to
to be
be?
blue because
Has to be
the
blue.
Greek flag is blue.
Yes, it is, blue and white. Alright, and so you created the blue, and we're going to go ahead and say save. And there you go, so you've now created a custom tag.
So it's all about me, like what am I like? That's what I'm trying to give.
Yes, and so whenever you have, so do you have anybody else in your database right now that also speaks Greek?
No.
Okay, when you do add somebody that speaks Greek, be sure to add that tag. Okay. Darren, what about you? What did you do?
I just took a couple of the defaults, and then I added first-time buyer agent.
Perfect. Alrighty, I love it.
In yellow.
Okay, and so now if you have anybody else that you ever want to tag with that, that's already now in your existing custom tags. Right, so on mine, for example, if I click my down, you're going to see everybody that's in gray, which Keller Williams gave me, plus all the ones that I've created in different colors. Mostly white, because I'm not too big on the colors. But.
Okay.
Alrighty. Perfect, so we're going to go down to the bottom, click on save. And there you go, that's how you can edit any contact record in your database. those tags are going to become more and more powerful the more you use the system. So when you go to eventually send out bulk emails from command, you're going to be using what they call recipient lists. You can create a recipient list strictly on a tag. So if you've tagged people as buyer in your database, say, hey, I just want a recipient list that's for everybody I've marked as a potential buyer, and that way you don't have to go through out of your 2,400 contacts and find the 1,000 that are buyers. You just add tags. So if you haven't already, I would suggest going through, setting up time to go through your existing database and creating tags for everybody in there. So anything that's applicable, and that is going to take some time. One of the easiest ways you can do that is by joining us for our command resource hours. We have that set up as time for you to come into the office 3 to 4 times a week, working in command. So it's not a class that we teach, it's the time for you to get work done, and that if you have any problems or issues, Renee or I is in the room with you to help you out. Did you get in eventually?
No. You found me, so you might have to find me again and find out.
Username?
Username.
Okay.
Okay. That would be your email?
Interesting. All right, so any questions for me around contacts?
Well, yeah, things, and this might not be
That's
applicable,
it.
but things like, if I could just run through how the neighborhoods were.
Okay, yeah. So so again, remember to click on edit, just about to get into it. When you have somebody that has, when you have somebody that has an address associated with them, under more information, there we go. I have a home address associated with this contact. This contact happens to be me, of course, but it's the same concept for everybody. When you have a street address, as long as the Keller Williams system that we use the United States Postal Service for it, as long as it can register that this is a legitimate address, then it automatically assigns a neighborhood based on that address.
Well, automatically.
Because again, it has to be an address that the United States Postal Service recognizes, right?
Right.
Which means that if you use some sort of abbreviation or you don't have the unit number in the exact right place, the Postal Service doesn't see it as being one of its addresses. But you'll also notice on here that I've added some additional territories or some additional neighborhoods, right? Because I'm not interested just in this one super teeny tiny neighborhood. I'm interested in a few around me. And maybe I'm thinking about investing in Fresno. So maybe I added some Fresno neighborhoods too, right? So we're going to go ahead and if you click on Add Neighborhood, so hh.kw.com. You can either search for a neighborhood if you happen to know exactly what the neighborhood is called. Most of us don't. Right? I mean, like I've learned a lot of neighborhoods since starting in command. So what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to say find on map. Because I can find the neighborhood on the
So
map.
don't put anything in the search field.
If you know the exact name of the neighborhood, but if you don't, click find on map. And it's going to give you a wide zoomed out, right? A really big wide zoomed out. It could drop you in San Jose. It could drop you in the middle of the country. So I'm going to start zooming in by clicking on this plus sign. And the more I zoom in, you're going to see the more neighborhoods it's associating being around this area. So it gives you a higher level of granularity the more that you zoom in.
You gave me the country.
Yeah, so you're going to zoom in until you get to San Jose. So you're going to use the plus sign to zoom in. So I want you to zoom in until you find a neighborhood that you personally are interested in. So did you see what the message just told you, Alex?
The message?
It just flashed across your screen. So try what you just tried. You were trying to move it? Yeah, see I'm saying? There you go. 2 fingers moving out. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and accept cookies. We always want to do that. You're going to click on Contacts, and then open up your own contact card. And that's Orin right now, although we'll need your contacts in just a minute. Okay. All right, Darren? Perfect. You found your neighborhoods. Great. All right, you can see, right, just by clicking on the different neighborhoods, that's what you associate those, of course, clicking Save afterwards. So you can add different neighborhoods, and pretty soon, your clients are going to be able to add neighborhoods too, and then you'll be notified. So if you have somebody who lives in Morgan Hill, and you set them up for neighborhood snapshots just in their Morgan Hill neighborhood, and then all of a sudden they add a Sunnyvale neighborhood, that's something that you want to know about, right? So Kelly will notify you, Kelly will notify you under your contacts main page. If you click under Smart View already created for you called Kelly, who should I call? Remember, I just showed you how to create Smart Views. Well, some were created for you.
Okay.
And Kelly has created this based on my using the system. So the
Okay.
more I use the system, the more she knows who I should be calling and how often I should be calling them. So if you've never contacted anybody inside of Command or your Kelly app, there's going to be nobody showing up on here because you haven't taught Kelly yet how you need to be doing business. But those kind of people will show up on this list. Wow, they've added a completely different neighborhood. You should contact them. Kelly is going to let you know who you should call every day. Yeah, no, seriously, this is great. And she's absolutely right. I have not recorded that I've spoken to these people in a month. Now, obviously, I have talked to Mike Sevilla more frequently than a month ago. In fact, I talked to him yesterday. I didn't record it in Command, and I didn't call him from Kelly. Shame on me, right? Because the system only knows what I can tell it. So I want to show you. Here we go. This is kind of cool. Okay, so when I go to my Kelly app on my phone, Kelly is Command, right? So if I come in here and I say, call Alex Giorgio, it's going to go through my Command database. Oh, I must have used Alexander. So let's do call Darren Stevens. And okay, there must be something wrong. It's not working right now.
I'm sorry.
And I
Where are
used
you?
to call you. It's okay, I'm not asking you to do it. I was hoping to show you very, very quickly. Find Darren Stevens. There we go, it's working. Okay, so I said find Darren Stevens. It found you in my Command database. From here, I'm going to call you. I suggest this is how you reach out to your clients going forward. Use Kelly, so if you have a call answer.
But does it go show your phone number?
It shows up as being my cell phone number.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I text from within Kelly, or I'm going to hang up, and now it's saying, okay, you had a call with this person, do I want to record it? And my answers I can either say are interested, not interested, left a voicemail, no answer, do not call, like they got angry, said never call me again, or I can cancel the recording. And I'm going to say, oh, he was very interested, wants to learn more about Command campaigns. We're doing use of that conversation. I click send, and now if I go back to my contacts and I search for Darren, there we go. It says that I called Darren a minute ago. And if I go into my contact record of Darren, it even has right there, it says wants to learn more about Command campaigns. So whenever you're calling your contacts, whenever possible, use Kelly to do so, because it automatically will record those here in Command for you. That is one of my favorite things to do. But again, shame on me for not calling all of my people through Kelly. Sometimes I just don't think about it, right?
Yeah.
And so, whoops, right? Command only knows what I tell it at this point. It hasn't quite yet learned how to read my mind. I'm hoping next year. Yeah, so
Maybe.
fingers crossed, right? Let's go back to this one, please, card. And so again, so you've added a neighborhood to your contact card, yes?
There's saved steps, like RC on that.
Oh, it really saves that.
I gotta put stuff in here, then I gotta go over here, then I have my outlet, and then I have my drip campaign. I'm like, oh my
It's
god.
everywhere. We have things in so many different databases and so many different systems.
Yeah.
And while Command isn't perfect yet, by a long shot, it's definitely not, it's already started consolidating products and things into one simple place, where we can go to one place and have everything.
Yeah.
So did you successfully add a neighborhood to your contact? Yes? Alrighty. So, any questions on contacts then before I hop out? Because I'm going to show you what we can do now that we've added a neighborhood. We're good? Fantastic. So we can now start marketing to people based on neighborhoods, right? So we're going to go real quickly up to your name up in the top right-hand corner. Go down to settings. And we're going to add in a few things on here so that your marketing pieces look professional. Alrighty. So over on the left, do you see where it says command settings?
Yes.
Click command settings. Give me a second. Sorry, they moved it to connect settings. So sorry. Go to connect settings and click on your marketing profile. This is the information that's going to go on everything that you use for marketing, from your direct mailers that you send from command, to your website, to your electronic marketing. So we're going to spend about 5 minutes on this page uploading everything that you possibly can to here. If you need me to send you something, I'm happy to do that, like our legal footer or our logos. Whatever you need me to send you, let me know.
I do need the legal footer.
I will send that to you right now. Anybody else need me to send them anything?
And logos.
You need the logos?
Yeah.
Okay. Alexandra, do you have everything you need on this page?
I have logos.
Perfect. Okay. And Alex, you have the legal footer already?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to send both of you then an email that has legal footer and the logo. Alex, Giorgio. Okay, so there's the legal footer. And here is our logo in a 360 by 360 square, perfect for command. Okay. And you will be happy to know that I had a conversation with International yesterday. I was on the phone. Yeah, I was on the phone with Josh Team, our president, and our CTO yesterday morning at 7:30. And they were talking about websites, and I said, because the website they have isn't, yesterday, the one that we're getting today, it wasn't perfect, like it didn't have the right language that it needed for the state of California, and I said, just to put this in perspective, this is a $5,000 fine per agent, and we have about 10,000 agents in California. Like, we're talking a huge amount of money. And then I received a phone call a couple hours later from somebody at International saying, tell us exactly what needs to be on the websites for agents in California. And as of last night, they'd already fixed it. All right, so I was like, yes, this is great. Right, very, very happy. So if you do what I've done over here by just putting in the number, you're okay with that because it says license number is part of the system. Yeah.
I'm sorry, where is that? Where it says brokerage license number?
Where it says market center brokerage license number.
Yeah, it's already there, so that's good. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. We're spending a few minutes doing this, so, yep.
Okay, so,
I didn't have to put it in, except for the logo.
So you're gonna go to, so I just sent you an email.
Yeah.
Did you download the logo that was in the email?
Not yet.
So we need to download the logo to your computer. Click cancel.
Yeah.
Go to the email that I just sent you. This is your email?
This is,
Oh, that's your Gmail. I sent it to KW. No, this is KW. You're good. Okay, so I just sent you an email. So you're going to go to your inbox. So click your inbox. There you go. Yep. Inbox. And there's the email I just sent you. And you're going to want to download that logo. My suggestion would be to your desktop. Yeah, so you can just click this download button. This download button right there, yeah, click download. And you're going to save it to your desktop, because we only need it temporarily, right?
Right.
So you're going to want to put it on your desktop. Do you know how to do that, or do you want some help? Okay, so there's a couple of ways you can do it. Yeah. So my easiest way I found is just minimizing this, and then I can just click, drag, drop. And there we go, it's on the desktop. Nice and easy. All right, so we can come back here, and now you're going to be able to upload not a team logo, but the Market Center DBA logo. So that's not your headshot. I just emailed you our logo, so not your photo. So scroll down. Scroll down. Yep, down, down, down. Keep going. Here we go. Upload our Market Center brokerage logo. There you go. Okay, a couple more minutes on this page, just putting in as much information as you can. And definitely put in something for the bio, even if it's just a couple sentences or even a few words about where you live. If you don't put in a bio, Keller Williams is going to default to the standard bio, which says that you live in Austin, Texas, and are looking forward to the Watermelon Festival. So, it's not a joke, this is serious. So, put in at least something about how I love helping people buy and sell homes. Like, that's fine, and then you can come back and create your full bio later. But we have to get something in there now. Any questions? Fantastic.
No,
Any questions where I can help you with them?
Yeah, for me, it's going to be putting my new purchase offer that was accepted. I'm going to help.
Yeah, so you're talking opportunities. That's not typically part of today's class.
Oh, because you sent me an email saying you were going to.
Yeah, today we're doing a getting started class. So exit out, but if you've already done all of this, let's just you and I go into opportunities right now. Are you ready? Just go into opportunities? Yeah. This is where we have all
So
the
now you have to do
transactions.
this first before Lindsay can take it.
Right, because she can't see
Okay.
transactions that don't exist. Okay, so you're going to
Not
click create opportunity.
Oh, and then just start filling this.
You're going to fill this out, and the most important thing is scroll all the way to the bottom and change it to active. Lindsay can't see it until you said that it's active.
Got it,
Because
okay.
you don't want her to be able to see all the clients. I mean, honestly, she doesn't want to see that. Can you imagine if she had to see that for every agent in all the offices she services? She'd go crazy. I mean, it'd be thousands.
Right.
Yeah, so she just wants to be able to see active, and then she can start uploading paperwork for you.
Actually, a quick question.
Yes.
Would it make sense, let's say I've got somebody at an open house, and I don't know what their home address is.
Yeah,
I do know
but
that.
you do know that they're interested in the neighborhood where
That's
they
right.
open house is, so
That's
I would
right.
absolutely add this in that neighborhood.
So you'd put that, say the open house where we met,
Yep.
in their address,
Absolutely, I would.
field, so
Yep.
that you could be on a neighborhood.
100%.
Okay, good.
Yep. And also, I don't think we're gonna have time because we only have 25 minutes left, and we're just moving on. But I can try to show, or you've done it before in one of my classes. You've set up a website. We did it just yesterday together.
Yeah.
We created a landing page. Yeah, you can use that for open houses too. So that when they sign in at the open house, it's not a piece of paper, and they're instantly being signed in. And starting next month, you'll be able to create your own smart plans with your own triggers. And one of the triggers can be somebody signs in on this page, and they automatically get added to an 8x8 without you having to do anything else.
Is it by work?
It will be next month.
Okay.
Did you send a little folder?
I did, it was in the email that I just sent you, so you have it open right here. So go back to your email. Yeah, so go to your email. The email that I sent you that says logo and legal footer. You want to click on the email, not the download, but the email. So go back a step and just click on the email. There you go. This is the legal footer.
So I copy it.
Copy the legal footer, yep.
I can actually paste that out of here. I just realized.
Very cool.
I'm not sure how she just have it. No, I'm fine. You can click on the phone number and it'll give you an option to paste it.
I think if your computer and phone allow that, yes. Not everybody does.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I
Control C for copy. Great. And then we're going to head back into command. And you're going to hit, so back into, yeah. And now Control V. There you go. All right, so let's scroll all the way to the bottom. We're going to now save whatever we've been able to work on. And just make a note, again, to come back here and really spend some time to get this all finished up. So click Save down at the very bottom. And you'll get a pop-up here that says, your marketing profile was successfully saved. If you get something other than that, please let me know right now.
I got it.
Darren?
I got that.
You got that. Wonderful. That's what you want to see. So Alex, did you click Save yet?
yes, coming to that now. Okay.
So it means that something is wrong on yours. If you didn't get that window, what's it saying? It didn't say anything. Nope, see how there's something in red? So you have to put in, we are, so you don't want your website marketing pieces to have your home address, do you?
No.
Okay, so we're going to have it be our office address. And 0 484292. That's a requirement by state, so you have to have that.
Yeah, also the,
Oh, hang on, there's some other red stuff on there, so we have to put in the things that are in red. So this is Miller, Williams, San Jose, Gateway. So I'm gonna quickly say safe, because I wanna make sure it's safe. Okay, so we need to move on, because we only have about 20 minutes left, and we still have a lot to cover. So you're gonna wanna, again, make time on your calendar to either attend a command resource hour, or set aside time on your own to finish up your marketing profile and make it perfect. Okay, and I would say, you know what, here, we are all going to do this together. Over on the left-hand side, I want you to click on Tasks. And then you're going to click on a button that says Create New Task up here in the top right-hand corner. Click on Create New Task. And I want you to create a task that says Update Marketing Profile in Command. And then give yourself a date that you want to accomplish that. So if you want to finish it this week, give yourself a due date of this week. If you want to do it 6 months from now, because you know your bio will have changed in 6 months, then set yourself up for a date of 6 months. Why am I an idiot? I can't find the plus sign on the battery. There it is.
So,
Okay. So again, you've created a task for yourself. You're going to set a date that you want this to be completed. If you want to put in a description, you certainly can. And then, not that you're going to do this, but you certainly can in the future. If you're creating a task that's based around a contact, you can associate a contact record. And I can say, oh, maybe my task was like follow up Marlene with regards to her trip to Bali. I can then come in here and I can associate Marlene as being part of this task. And so then it automatically links to her. I can call her from within right here. Makes it a lot easier. I don't have to look up something else, right? All right, so once you've done that, just click Create Task down at the bottom, and you have now set up a task reminder for yourself to follow up on your marketing profile. That's going to pop up as a notification in Kelly as well as here on Command.
over here.
Yes.
That's what I got.
Every morning at 7 a.m. I get my morning task lists that are due.
Okay.
And it is 7 on the dot.
And did you set it up that time?
No, I did not.
And can you change that?
I have no
Okay,
idea.
all right.
That's a really good question.
All right, it's okay. And then hyperlink, that's all right, I'll read.
So if
Why would I use
you
hyperlink?
so I did some things that are, the link is to like remind somebody about KW Connect training. Maybe they're about to go on vacation and they want to know about something when they get back. So I said, okay, great, I'll call you in 2 weeks. Does that sound good? 2 weeks? They say yes. And I add the hyperlink to the exact video that I know they want.
Oh, okay.
In 2 weeks, I'm probably not going to remember what their exact issue was. So I'm going to do everything I can right now to make it easier for my future self to be able to do what I promised I would do.
Yeah, and then you could use that link, hyperlink for any number of
Yeah.
types of buttons.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But not all of your tasks are going to have a hyperlink.
Yeah.
Right, and like the one that we just created, follow up with our marketing profile,
Right.
that doesn't really have a hyperlink associated with it. Okay, so we have now gone through contacts. We have set up neighborhoods for contacts. We've set up our marketing profile, and we've set tasks for ourselves. The next step is right below tasks on the left is smart plans. So I want you to click on smart plan. Sorry, I can't see.
Can I? Oh, I'm sorry.
If you have a question, go ahead and ask a question.
So the task I just created is not showing up.
Because you're looking at tasks that are due today.
Well, even when I put next 7 days.
When did you have your task due for? So the one you
It
just
was
created.
Friday.
You have it due for Friday?
Yeah.
And then you did save the task?
Yeah.
So do me a favor and change this to say next 30 days. And then wait for it to refresh.
Oh, there it is right there.
Great, so shut up.
So I just had to change the.
Instead of just looking at today, you want to look at other things. Okay, so, that's okay. We got there, we got it. Okay, so go to Smart Plans. Everybody on Smart Plans?
Yep.
And up here at the top is the library. Go ahead and click on library, and these are the libraries of all the Smart Plans that Keller Williams has made for you so far. That you're going to see that there are a variety of them. The monthly neighborhood nurture was the first Smart Plan that we had, and it's real basic. In fact, to see exactly what it is, you can click on View Steps. And it says, it sends out an email. That's the monthly neighborhood nurture email. It waits 28 days, and then it sends the email again. And it repeats this over and over and over until you tell it to stop. Right, so every 28 days, somebody's going to get an email from you that is simply a market update of what's going on in their neighborhood. And the neighborhood that you sent them, yes.
And that happens automatically because they were automatically put on the neighborhood?
Nobody is automatically added to any smart plans.
Okay.
Right, because I would not want the system to start sending texts to people that they don't know me yet, right? I mean, like, that would be weird. Or I wouldn't want my sister to start getting a, well, she can do anything.
No, I mean, specifically the monthly neighborhood plan is.
Nobody is added to a smart plan until you add them to it.
Okay.
Okay. All you did was associate neighborhoods with the contact.
Right.
Right? Okay. So if you want, do you want to be able to send this vote to somebody?
Sure.
Okay. So then you need to go ahead and click Add Smart Plan. So go ahead and click Add Smart Plan.
You can't.
Did you already possibly add yours? Like, is yours looking like mine?
Yes, it is.
Yes, you've already added yours.
All right.
Yeah. So
And when you say I added it to.
your database with smart plans.
The
I
database.
don't think we're calling it
Okay.
From the library to the database.
Yes.
All right.
That's right. This grows every few weeks. They add another one in every few weeks. I don't remember what they're adding in next.
Okay.
Upload to your database from an Excel spreadsheet and upload it to a computer.
You can do a direct sync with your phone. You can do direct syncs with Google Contacts, BombBomb, or you can just say, I just have a spreadsheet, I just have an Excel file, and we can upload that. And that's something that Renee can absolutely help you with as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got 2 people in the office who can help you out with that. Okay, so if there's any other smart plans on here that you see, we're going to spend a couple of minutes, just click on View Steps. And if that sounds like something that you might want to be able to send out to someone in your database, just click that Add Smart Plan button. The exception to all of these, just a second, is the 8x8 contact. The 8x8 engagement is currently turned off. And the reason is because that one is heavy with text messages, and our text provider, Twilio, is having some issues where they are sending out texts at like 3 o'clock in the morning to people. They're sending out texts from weird Texas-based phone numbers, so not your own phone number. So it's not great right now, so they turned it off because we were getting a lot of consumer complaints. Yeah. So as soon as that turns back on, though, I will definitely let you all know in my Tuesday updates.
Kelly, none of the .loop information of all those buyers and sellers are in there, right? Like, nothing got transferred over.
Did you import it in?
No.
Did
Well, we
see the
can,
button?
though, right?
Yeah, towards the top right when you're on the opportunity screen, there's a button that says .loop import. So if you go back to your opportunities,
I'm in there now.
your opportunities home screen.
Yeah. Okay, ready to bring your .loop.
So for all you guys, the two of you, sorry, hang on one second. You got it all
I
together?
got it.
Okay. So the two of you, I want you to just look at these smart plans. Any others that you like, I just want you to go ahead and add them. The birthday one is pretty cool. I like it. Partly because it starts off by reminding me that it's going to be someone's birthday soon. Like literally yesterday, I logged on to Facebook and I saw that it was Tom Calabo's birthday on Sunday. And I was like, right. Whereas wouldn't that be great to know that a few days in advance, right? So so as you can see, 4 days before, it has interaction task, where this is something that the system is having me do. See how it's saying send a handwritten note? To the birthday this week as part of the birthday smart plan. That is great, because then it's letting me know in advance so I have plenty of time to write it, get it in the mail, and for them to receive a birthday card. 4 days later, it reminds me that I should call them and wish them happy birthday. It waits 1 day, and then it says that I should do a post to social media that's their birthday post. And one of my favorite birthday posts I've ever seen was from a realtor who took a video of her with the birthday cake, simply singing happy birthday to you, not using names, just, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Blows out the candle, has a little like noisemaker bring a birthday hat. She uses that on every single one of her contacts on their birthday, and they love it, right? And she didn't have to do a different video every day of the week for every client that she has. She just has that preset to go. Yeah. And then, and send them a text saying happy birthday. Like that, Again, do I have to do all of these steps? No. Maybe they don't have their mailing address, which, by the way, is a great reason to call somebody. Hey, I'm updating my address book. We don't call it a database when we talk to clients, right? I was updating my address book and saw that I didn't have your mailing address, and I wanted to be able to send you a birthday card. What's your mailing address? Everybody loves getting birthday cards, and now you have their home address. And then make sure, though, that you follow up and send them a birthday card. So, you've added a few smart plans to your system, yes?
Yes.
You just added those, what we've been doing right now, yes? Okay, great. So if you go up here to the top left and click My Smart Plans, you're going to see the list of the smart plans that you've added. You're also going to see how long each smart plan takes, which is kind of cool. Over here, do you have the ability to edit any of these smart plans? See how mine has a pencil? I'm just curious,
No.
this one might be a me only. And the reason I say that, I'm a lab advisor, and so I get access to things before you do, because they want us to test it out, because if it doesn't work, they don't want to give it to everybody, right? We only want to give you working products. And I'm so sorry, Marlene, you had a question.
Oh, on smart plans, can you, so you pick what people you want that smart plan to go
Yep.
to?
100%.
And can you also connect it to, say you have a neighborhood, and connect that smart plan, when you pick to that particular neighborhood?
Yeah, so this is, remember at the beginning when I said in contacts, those tags
Yeah.
come in real powerful the more we use it. So you could tag people, Basking Ridge neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then I could come into my smart plan, and I can say, let me open up my monthly neighborhood one. Okay? I'm going to add contacts to it, and I can say, just search by the tag downline and add everybody with that tag to the smart plan. Instead of having to go through all 2,154 contacts manually adding the ones that I want. So again, the more you use tags from the beginning, the easier everything is. Thank you so much for bringing that up.
It can relate to the tag.
You could. You don't have to, of course.
Yeah.
Because I can see everybody in here. But again, I know how to scroll through 111 pages of contacts to find the ones I want. I don't think so. I'm not doing that. Like, I know myself, and I know that I'm not doing that. Anyway, so but I'm absolutely happy to say, yeah, just show me the tags you currently have previously bought with me, and now I can select all and just add them all and I'm good. Right? So tags are very, very powerful. So at this point, I want you to select one of these smart plans that you've added. I want you to click Add Contact, and I want you to add yourself to that smart plan. So again, it's always a good idea to send stuff to yourself before you send it to clients, right? We don't ever want to test things in the real world. How do you do it back here?
I'm doing fine. I'm trying to transfer the .loop stuff.
Okay, so it's, and please be aware, it's going to transfer over all of your closed items, so only transfer over your current pending.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Is it working?
Well, I was just fixing some stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's going to transfer over all of your closed items. It's just that you know it's doing it for everybody in Keller Williams. It's 167 terabytes of data with over 10.5 million loops. So it's just a lengthy process of getting all of those transferred over, and they estimate that everybody's will be transferred over by about mid-December.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about that.
You don't have to worry about closed, but if you want to be able to bring over something now that's currently pending, yes, that's where you can do that .loop import, and then just select your pending transactions. He has like 167 terabytes. I remember, so my dad, I grew up here in Silicon Valley. My dad worked for, IBM like in the 60s and 70s in storage tech. And I remember sitting, and he's always been in technology, he's always been in tech. But he's somebody who can see a little crass, who can BS really well. Like he's just like kind of like that salesy person, but also has the brain of an engineer. So they first put him in sales. Because he could actually talk about the specs when somebody asked, but he could also like have fun taking clients out for dinner and Sharks games and whatnot. And I remember sitting at the dinner table one evening, he came home from work, because he was the first salesperson in the world who had sold a terabyte of storage to a customer. It was Bank of America. And we were at the dinner table trying to figure out who else could possibly ever need a terabyte of storage. And he was like, the U.S. government? Maybe Wells Fargo? He was trying to be like, who else could he sell this terabyte of data to? And we were on the day, he was trying to explain to us how much a terabyte was, and I was 13 years old maybe at the time, just going like, like, computers back then had 156 megabytes of data, and you could play games, it was fine. And now I'm like, a terabyte, that's like on my phone, right? I mean, a terabyte it's just amazing how our brains have, in a pretty quick time, something that was astronomically large is now the same. It's my hand. I'll fill that up in a week, Anyway, right. A couple movies, I'm done, that. Yeah. All right, so did you add yourself to a smart plan successfully?
Right.
So you need to, so you're gonna, so I'm not sure what happened here. So may I help? So so I'm gonna scoot back out. So remember when I asked you to give yourself a neighborhood?
Yeah.
Way back when, no. In your contact card at the beginning, did you associate a neighborhood with your contact? Remember when I asked you to save? So back at the beginning of class today, we were in contacts.
Yeah.
You added yourself as a contact. Did you add a neighborhood to yourself? Okay, because if you don't have a neighborhood added, you can't sign somebody up for the neighborhood nurture campaign, right? So that could be what happened. So let's go back to your contact. And here, what I'm showing you is another way, so we'll do this all together. Another way that you can add people to smart plans is in the contact card itself. So I'm going to search for Alex, first name only. And there's Alex, Georgia. So click on yourself in your contacts. And up here at the top, see where it says Smart Plans? This is where I can either see what you all already subscribe to, and also where I can add even more Smart Plans. So within the contact card itself, you can add people to opportunities like Alexandra is doing right now. You can add people to Smart Plans. You can assign tasks. So for example, I have a past due call with Alex, because I put him on my 90-day follow-up, because I want to make sure at bare minimum that Alex and I are talking every 90 days, right? I can add in notes to him. I can set up saved searches for Alex through my website now. And then just in the general timeline, I can see every communication that Alex and I have had, which is pretty solid amount of communication going on here. What's going on?
So I don't have a saved searches text here. Is that because I haven't set any saved searches? That would be there if I had.
That's what's coming through with the website. So have you set up your website yet? I thought you had.
Yeah.
I'll find out what's going on with that then.
Maybe I just haven't set the searches. Maybe that's why it doesn't show up.
No, because I haven't set up any for Alex either. I will find out about that.
So does the searches connect you to MLS?
No, it connects to my website, which is connected to every MLS in all of the United States and Canada.
Okay.
So if I click create save search, I can actually create a search for Alex based on, prices, neighborhoods,
Just like,
property types, yeah. If it has parking or not, that's actually a pretty big deal here in New York.
Yeah.
Anyway, so did you see where it says smart plans though? Alex, yes?
No, I think
You think you, okay.
lost remember.
Okay, so did you click on your name? So you're in contacts, great, so click on your name. So click on your name. Now I need you to click on your name. So where's, yes. Perfect. Okay. So whenever you want to get into a contact, that's what you have to do, is click on the name. Okay. So if you scroll down, so we need to add a neighborhood. So right, you can't add someone to a neighborhood snapshot until you've added a neighborhood to them, because it doesn't know what date it is then. All right. So Alex, thanks. We are actually running out of time.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean it's almost been an hour already. So I'm just looking. Okay, we definitely spent a lot of time on contacts, which makes sense because we need to. If you don't have your complete database into command yet, that should be your very first step. So before you spend time editing smart plans, before you spend time working on marketing designs, get your database into command. That is number one, the most important thing that we need to do, right? Okay. Your database is your business. If you don't have a database, you don't have a business. All right. We talked about smart plans for sure. We showed how to access those, how to add people to them. Campaigns, we didn't get to touch it all today. That is pretty, we have a whole hour-long class on just campaigns.
Yeah.
And campaigns are using either print mailers, social media ads, social media posts. It's basically setting up something online or printing that is a lead generation method. And there's a bunch of campaigns built into the system already. And then basic daily usage. That's kind of what we were looking at right now is is A, getting people in there, and when you're calling contacts, use your Kelly app, right? Always, I'm still like telling myself too, you've got to remember to always use Kelly when you call people.
Does Hey Kelly is supposed to work? It doesn't work for mine. I went through all the settings and everything. I don't care if it does or not. I'm just curious.
I turned mine off because it was working really well, and people too frequently in my life say the word Hey Kelly. I turned it off like within the first couple of days.
Okay, so it was working for you though.
It absolutely was
That's
working.
everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Electric gets turned on everywhere. My boyfriend says Alexa something and blah.
And then a package shows up at your door and you're like, I didn't order that.
Well, what do you suggest? Since mine isn't working, maybe I can download the app and do that.
Or put advertising and see me or Renee, we'll figure out what to do with that. So right, anything else that you guys want me to quickly cover in the last couple of minutes that we have here?
So I picked a neighborhood
Great, good, and then you need to save it.
and save it.
So you already did, so you have a neighborhood, wonderful, so go to Smart Plans,
Okay.
and now you can say, add to Smart Plan, and it's going to ask you which one you want, and now you can add it to your Click Select,
Select.
and there you go. Say confirm that you want to confirm this, and that's how you can add people to Smart Plans. Yeah, so you're going to start getting an email from yourself every 28 days. So I do want to give you a few other resources for yourself because you're going to be going through this a lot, right? You're going to be using Command a lot, and if you're using it the weekends and evenings, I want to make sure that you know how to get answers. So when you go to kwconnect.com and are logged in, that helps. Up here under the top, where it says technology, the very first option says tech-enabled agent. This is like my favorite page on the whole internet in the whole world. I love it. That and your Francis website right now. Tech-enabled agent. So under here it says, okay, well, what are you looking to accomplish? Well, are you just looking to explore? Are you looking for wanting to give feedback to our team to help make the product better? Or are you looking for training? And usually it's training. So if you click Get Training, it takes you down here, and in this one place, every single downloadable resource PDF that we have with regards to Command is right here. All of the on-demand trainings, the recordings of all of the KW Connect Command classes is in that link right there. Live Connect classes that you can take in the future, right here. Our quick little how-to videos, those are between 1 and 3 minutes of how to do a very specific thing. The step-by-step guides that walk you through kind of like what we just did today, but they have those on modules piece by piece. Those are here in the step-by-step. And the 3 simple steps to get started using Command is pretty much what we did today. So you can check that one off your box. Okay, so that is one of my favorite places for resources, is the tech-enabled agent on KW Connect. Okay. And I'm going to ask one thing of the 4 of you, if you can please take out your phone and your Kelly app. Screen mirroring to the training room. So I will do this with you. Okay. Oh, stop mirroring, of course. Okay, so go to your Kelly app and it should look something like this, yes? Still loading, okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Down at the bottom where it says Ask Kelly, I want you to type in course eval. Yep, and then click send.
Sure.
Yes, please.
Got it.
Okay, and so it should look like this. Yeah? Yep. And I think somebody once typed in course evil and it still worked. So you don't have to be perfect. Go ahead and click on that KWU course evaluation link. And it's taking you to a SurveyMonkey website. It should look like this, yes? So select Market Center. This is the Market Center of us. Then click Next. And the name of the course, this one, is Labs Unleashed. So you're going to scroll down to the L's until you find Labs Unleashed. You can do it too. You can't get into California. All right, so did you get the name of the course in there?